Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am your English teacher, Ms. Shagufta Rafiq from MGS Schools with your online class. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. And hope you all will be fine. And hope you have done your all previous work in your copies. First, I want to share some instructions with you regarding our lesson and class. Some instructions are for you. Attend all the classes as per the given schedule. And you all must be attentive during the class and listen to and follow all the given instructions. Some more instructions about your copy work. Do your work in your copies accordingly. Before starting every unit, you have to draw a title page of the unit or lesson. Then you will make outline, words meaning, question answers, and other exercises. Okay, students, if you want to ask any query, note down on a paper and you can ask at the end of the lesson through chat box. Dear students, your work should be neat and clean in print handwriting. And one more instruction, when you will join the class, first show your name because your attendance will be taken. So let's start today's unit. Dear students, you all should have your own active English coursebook 7 and focus on listening and be attentive during the class. Now I will share some objectives regarding this unit. Today's unit is a poem, The Schoolboy by William Black. Coursebook page number 37 to 38. Okay, students, open your books and now I will share some objectives regarding this poem. So, dear students, at the end of the session, you will be able to read, understand, and appreciate a poem. Inshallah, you will be able to create alliteration and use them in writing a poem. And listen attentively and recite a poem. You will be able to write a central idea of a poem. So, these are the objectives of this poem. Okay, students. Um, Now, first, open your course book and I will share some information about the poet of this poem. Who is the poet of this poem? Yes, William Black. So, first, I want to tell you about the poet of this poem. William Black, the very famous poet of English literature, and belonged to the Romantic age. He was actually against any formal schooling and formal rules and regulations which are always imposed upon man to follow. Some more information about the poet William Black. He was born on November 28, 1757. He was a self-taught poet who started writing poetry at the age of 12. So, dear student, now I will give you uh, the introduction about the poem. So this poem is our today's unit is the poem Schoolboy, and in this poem, the William Black describes the feeling of a schoolboy who wakes up with soothing rhythm and music of nature in the beautiful summer morning when birds chirp on every tree and distant huntsman blows his horn. But but his charm of summer morning is short-lived as the schoolboy, instead of enjoying the natural beauty, has to get up to go to school. There he has to act under the cruel restriction of formal education. He means to say that nature is a teacher and child should have freedom to move freely in nature and learn from natural environment instead of imposing on him the formal education in the captivity in the classroom. So dear students, now we will move towards the poem. Open your book and listen to very carefully. Read the following poem by William Black, a famous English poet and artist. Black belonged to a middle class family and never went to school. He was known for his radical views on religion, society, and other matters. This poem is from his Songs of Innocence and of Experience. So now I will read the first stanza and listen to me very carefully. First stanza is, I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! Now, underline the difficult words. I will give you some difficult words, the meaning of difficult words. The first word, huntsman, a person who hunts. Huntsman means a person who hunts. Next word is company of being, is mean of being with another or other, especially in a way that provides friendship and enjoyment. So, dear students, I will explain this stanza. So, listen very carefully. In the first stanza, the poet describes about the speaker. The speaker is a schoolboy who expresses his feelings joyfully. That how he loves to get up early in the summer morning. The beauty of summer morning is described as such that it appeals to our senses. The calm, rich, and serene summer morning gives pleasure to all the birds are heard chirping on every tree. There is a sound of whistling by the huntsman at the distance but can be heard clearly in the peaceful summer morning. The boy becomes so excited that he starts singing, and to his surprise, he feels that the skylark accompanies him. He loves such a sweet company and wants to spend time with them till long. The content of this stanza features elements of nature, and the start of the day is marvelous with beautiful company. Hope you understood. Now we will move towards the next stanza. What is the next stanza? But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in signs and dismay. Here, some words are cruel. Cruel means brutal, it means inhuman or savage, willfully causing pain or suffering to others. And next word is outworn. It means out of date. It means outdated. And the signs means deep, audible breath, expressing sadness and tiredness. Signs and dismay. Dismay means concern and distress caused by something unexpected. So, dear student, hope you understood. Now, I will explain the stanza number 2. In this stanza, the schoolboy is seen disturbed and says that all the joys of natural beauty and beautiful company of the summer morning is destroyed when he is compelled to go to school and learn the things which are imposed on him in the monotonous classroom. Monotonous means a boring classroom environment, the monotonous classroom environment. He has to spend the whole day under the strict check of his teacher and while sitting in a disciplined way throughout. He feels tired and his whole day is spent in sign and utter disappointment. He means to say that youth is a golden period of life and one should enjoy it freely instead of going through formal training. One has to sacrifice his spiritual happiness. The stanza leaves us with the feeling of loss that is the loss of youthful period of life. So, dear students, hope you understood this stanza. Now we will move towards the next stanza, stanza number 3. And then at times I dropping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shower. Here, some words are difficult for you. So, I will give the meanings of these words here. The word anxious. Anxious means feeling or showing worry and nervousness. And dreary shower means boring lecture of a special teacher. Okay, and learning boards it means a school or formal education learning board. Okay, now I will explain the stanza number 3. In this stanza the feelings of a schoolboy are described while sitting in the classroom. He expresses his weariness for weariness which means tiredness of it, finds no job in rigid teachers teaching which means a very strict teacher, and job in rigid teaching and a learning process. The commanding personality of a teacher is very oppressive, while nature is very soothing and teacher is a more impressive way. He never takes delight in his book which is imposed on him to read and learn. He again longs for a learning board. He wishes to take his book to the garden and sit under the shady tree to read. But here in the classroom, he is depressed with routine learning, which seems defective to him. He means to say that nature is the best teacher. It means he wants to say that the classroom he feels exhausted because the whole time in school is spent anxiously. He does not take delight in his books. He is allowed to go and sit in the garden to learn. That's why he feels depressed and fed up of his oppressive education system. Hope you understood what the poet is saying in the stanza number 3. Okay, student, now turn your page, book page number 38, and we will learn about the stanza number 4. Okay, how can the bird, stanza number 4 is how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child when fears annoy but drop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Here in this stanza, what is the poet saying? Some birds are cages. Cage, you have already know about the cage and youthful. Youthful spring is mean. This phase refers to the enthusiastic, motivated, and energetic environment that we enjoy at the time of spring. And griefs means sorrow. Okay. Now I will explain the stanza number 4. Listen to me very carefully. Stanza number 4. In this stanza, the poet is saying what the poet is saying. The poet in this stanza compares himself to a bird which is trapped in the cage. He says that birds are naturally born to fly freely in the sky, as it is a part of nature and can survive and flourish well in nature only. Similarly, child is nature and he feels pleasure and grow well in nature environment, when in natural environment. Okay, but when the constant fears hover over his head all the time, like the fears of his teachers and parents, his all hidden talents are curbed and he cannot enjoy the youthful period of his life. Young age, the golden period of one's life, so he should enjoy it to its fullest. In classroom, a child hangs down his wings like a caged bird and forgets to sing melodious songs and can never experience the joys of youth. So it means, how can the bird that is naturally born to fly freely and joyfully sit in a cage and sing? Similarly, how can a child enjoy under constant fear of the teacher and formal learning? Hope you understood, dear students. Now we will move towards the stanza number 5. That is the stanza number 5. O father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay. So, dear students, I will explain the stanza number 5. In this stanza, a child turns to his parents and anxiously, it means he wants to ask some questions. Okay. In this stanza, a child turns to his parents and anxiously and explain his miserable condition. He says, if birds are picked up their very early stage of the spring, similarly, if a child is curbed and suppressed at his early age, how can he become an experienced man in the latter age? Again, he says that if blossoms are blown away by the strong winds, how can, how can they become fruits in summer season? Okay, if small plants are destroyed in early spring, they can never grow into trees. So, you understood? Now, dear students, I will read the stanza number 6. Here, stanza number 6 is, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy? Oh, bless the mellowing air when the blasts of winter appear. So here, mellow means mellowing. Here, the word is using here mellowing. It's mean the relax and enjoy oneself. It's mean calm and settle. And learning birds mean here it means a school of formal education, and dismay and concern and distress caused by something unexpected. So listen carefully. I'm going to explain the stanza number 6. The schoolboy puts rhetorical questions from the readers that if extreme care and unnecessary concern rules over the plants, birds, flowers, and birds, the whole summer will be desolated and dry. There will be no trees to provide relief to people or offer ripen fruits to them. The land will be colorless without flowers, plants, and trees. Similarly, if child's youth is restricted, curbed, and destroyed, his adult life will be completely barren because his natural abilities could not flourish. There will be some shortcoming in his personality, and he cannot enjoy his childhood and adulthood too. So, dear students, hope you understood. Okay, getting students? Hope you have understood the whole poem which I have explained completely. Now we will move towards the words meaning and question answers. So listen carefully, and here you can see on the screen the words meaning. Here, huntsman, it means a person who hunts. Skylark, a small brown bird. Cruel, it means brutal, inhuman or savage. Outworn, out of date, it means outdated. Anxious, it means feeling or showing worry and nervousness. Okay, dreary shower, it means boring lecture of a special teachers. Teacher, this word is a teacher. Okay, correct the spelling here. Teacher. Next word is tender. It means showing gentleness, kindness, and affection. The next word is dismay. Dismay means concern and distress caused by something unexpected. And the next word is youthful spring. It's mean enthusiastic and energetic environment that we enjoy at the time of spring. Next word is mellow. It's mean relax and enjoy oneself. It's mean calm. Okay, student, this screen shows the words meaning. You can take the screenshot. Okay. After this, we will move towards the question answers. Is the Now, first, you can take the screenshot of the central idea, of this poem. First, you will write the reference. The Schoolboy is written by William Blake. In this poem, the poet pens down his interpretations of a normal schoolboy. The central idea of this poem. The poet describes the feelings of the schoolboy who does not like to go to school, the boring place, with lots of work under the strict supervision of a teacher. Instead, he wants to be in the lap of nature like a bird who is born from for joy. He wants to play outside and enjoy his summer morning, but his school life does not allow him to go. So, it is the central idea of this poem. You can take the screenshot and you have to do the central idea in your copies. Okay, now we will move towards the question answers. Take the screenshot, student. Now, first meaning reading comprehension from your book page number 39, and here's question number 1 from the level 1. Here, question number 1: how does the poem make you feel when you read it for the first time? The answer is, I feel it happens with every student in school life because every student does not feel happy to go to school. Okay, student. Now, next question is, what creatures keep the boys sweet company? And the answer of this question is the birds on the tree and the skylark. Skylark, a small brown bird, the skylark give him company. The birds on the tree and the skylark give him company. Now take the screenshot. Then we will move forward. Okay, students. The question number now. Question number 3 from level 1. What is the huntsman doing? Explain in your own words. Answer is, the huntsman is blowing his horn. The huntsman is blowing his horn. Question number 3. The answer of question number 3 is okay. Now question number 4. What drives all joy away? What drives all joy away? Here the answer is, having to go to school drives all joy away. Having to, because the students have to go to school, that's why they drives all the joy away in the summer morning. They want to enjoy the summer morning. Okay, so answer is, having to go to school drives all joy away. These are the questions from the level 1. You take the screenshot. Now we will move toward the level 2. The question number 5. What do you think the poet is describing? What do you think the poet is describing? The answer is, he is describing the freedom children experience when they do not have to go to school and be told what to learn. Okay, now question number 6. Here you can see the question number 6. Okay, student, I have not taken the question number 6 from your book level 2. This is question number 7, so you have to leave the question number 6 here. Okay, why do you think the boy is anxious in verse 3? There might be more than one reason. This is the question number 7 from your book. Leave the question number 6 from your book. Okay, question number 6 here. The answer of this question is, he could be anxious because he is in a school and wants to be roaming free, and or because he cannot cope with school work. Okay, hope you understood. Now take the screenshot. Okay, student, now we will move towards the next slide. Okay, here you can see the question number 7. Why do you think that the bird is unable to sing in a cage? The answer is, because it cannot be happy or joyous when it is impatient. Okay, because it cannot be happy or joyous when it is impatient. Now, question number 8. What creature does the schoolboy compare himself to, and where is the creature in verse 4? The answer is, a bird in a cage. What creature does the schoolboy compare with the bird? Okay, and where is the creature is worse for? In the cage. So answer is a bird in a cage. Okay, now question number 9. Why is the answer to question 7 a good comparison for the boy's point of view? Why is the answer of question number 7 a good comparison from the boy's point of view? The answer is when the bird is free to fly, it is happy. It is unhappy when caged. When the bird is free to fly, it is happy. It is unhappy when caged. Similarly, when the schoolboy is free from school, he is happy, whereas school can be like a prison or cage that limits a child's freedom. So students, hope you understood all these question answers and words meaning and central idea. So you have to do these all work in your copy neat and clean. Okay students, and this is your homework. You can take the screenshot, write words meanings, question answers and central idea in your copies and learn also central idea. Okay, central idea is very important for learning. Okay, so write words meaning, question answers and central idea in your copy. First you will write this work and then learn central idea. Okay students, now I will give you the slides. I will showing the slides again, the words meaning and question answer. This is the words meaning and the slides of words meaning. You can take the screenshots again. Now central idea and words meanings. Okay, now hope you have taken the screenshots now. Okay, students. So hope you understood the whole poem completely. If you want to ask any query, any in confusion, so you can take the chat box and you can ask your questions, your confusion from the chat box. Okay, students. I hope you understood all the words meaning question answers in the whole poem. Okay, students, hope for the best. Now, time is over. I have to take care. I have to go and take care. Take care of yourself. Okay, Allah Hafiz.